Do 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 do. All right, that's better. What's good, y'all? How is everybody today? All right. Right on, right on. All right, so that's on a go. That's in right now. That's good. Cool. 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 Coco Chanel. What's going on, everybody? How is everybody today? Right on. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping dessert first. Right on. All right. Rose. Damn, there's some few people in here. How's everybody doing today? You guys can hit those like buttons for me. It does help me in the algorithm. Gets me in front of other people like yourselves, people that want to talk about food, all that good stuff. Thank you, Nanners, for the share. I appreciate it. Cool. And I did flip. Yeah. Rico, hey, right on, dude. Thanks so much for joining, dude. How are you today? Yeah, I'm going to be doing Squidward. Hey, how are you? Welcome to the live. Good to see you. Yeah, we're just going to do some like super ghetto Donairs. Okay, so like pretty much since the Donair meat itself would have taken like starving as usual. Lenka, hi, how are you? Welcome to the live. Yeah, so just because I know my day's been also pretty good, warmed up. This morning was kind of cold, but other than that, I think today's been a tremendously productive day. I will say that. How about you? How was your day? Hope your Thursday is treating you real good. Yeah, so like the Donair meat, I actually went ahead and made a little bit earlier just because I didn't want to like have to like run the mixer and stuff because I know like loud noises on live is like super overwhelming. Still working-ish. Yeah, you're kind of coming up on the end of your day, I assume. Yeah, super loud, and I don't want to lose like people in the chat and all that stuff. So pretty much I have my Donair meat going right now in the oven. The way that worked was I hit it with a bit of I got this wicked shawarma spice from the Asian aisle. It has a good amount of spice, but I did bulk it up with a little bit of cumin, white pepper, yeah, just like some raw onions, some raw garlic. Boom, and I have that right now just going at 350 in the oven. So right now I'm just going to be working on the cinnamon twist pastry, which I'm going to get going right here. So again, if anybody knows me, I'm using just the quarter folded puff pastries, just because I find this stuff is actually really, really nice, really dependable overall. Jordan, hey, thanks so much, dude. Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good dinner. Going into it. So I'm just going to be unfolding the puff pastries. Yeah, I got it at room temperature, so it's all nice and ready to go. Well, let's go ahead and pull the parchment off of it. Cool. So what I was thinking with the puff pastries is going to be pretty simple. Overall, so I have a little bit of clarified butter that I did. You had Donairs on Monday? Yeah, dude. What I did, half pork or bacon. Nice. No, I did a straight beef this time. I didn't want to add in a little extra pork. What I did instead was I added in just a little bit of like olive oil, a little bit of butter, and cream when I macerated it. So what I ended up with was more of like a beef sausage kind of consistency. Really, really tacky, but at the same time. Jordan, thanks so much for the dinosaur. Oh man, I appreciate you for that. Yeah, so it's still a little bit tacky. Hey, I appreciate you, Jordan, man. That's awesome. Yo, I appreciate the roses and I appreciate the tiny diny. Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, so essentially what I was thinking for the Donair is just keep it all beef. But instead I added a little bit of like your onions, raw onions, and a little bit of that garlic, as well as extra spices to help bulk it out to give it some extra flavor. But it's going to come down to just the finisher. I'm going to add like fresh veg. I'm going to make some nice sweet Donair sauce, as well as I have a little bit of hummus left over in the fridge that we use for my wife's lunches. Yeah, so right now with the cinnamon twist pastries, what I'm planning on doing is I'm just going to just brush the puff pastry really, really simply with just a light hit of butter. Because I found the last time I did this, it was actually quite heavy on the in terms of butter, and it ended up leaking out. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to just lightly hit it with just enough butter to give it some I don't know, something to stick onto. And then I also have some extra cinnamon sugar that I have just laying out. So this is like, it's like the essentials of like what do you call it? Lovely like a Cinnabon. Right? But in this case, I'm not trying to do like cinnamon rolls necessarily. I'm just going to omit the brown sugar, and I am, in this mix, has powdered sugar in it. So this will give me that little extra sweetness, but I am going to top it with something that will give it a little bit more bulk. Yo, hummus daily? That's awesome. Lenka, hi, how are you? Welcome to the live. A Cruz, also welcome to the live. Carla from New Brunswick, hey, welcome. Lenka, yes, I am in Canada. I'm in Calgary, Alberta. How about yourself? Jordan, thank you so much for sharing the live as well. And thanks for the roses. I appreciate it. Right on, dudes. A Cruz, I hope you're having a really great day. Carla as well. I hope you guys are having a great day where you guys are. Appreciate you guys for joining the live. You just moved to Toronto? Awesome. Miss Live, you're on from Toronto as well. Yo, hey, I'm getting a lot of Torontonians from on this live, or on the lives recently. That's awesome, dude. How is everything out there? Caitlin, hey, good to see ya. Hey, Jordan, thanks so much, man. I really appreciate that. I did describe my meat mix, but I can describe it again for anybody that's, what do you call it? That's just getting here. So, Rory, right now, tonight I am making some Donairs, some really ghetto classic Donairs that you'd find at like a bodega or like a Donair spot that's like in a gas station. I'm doing some garlic lemon fries. It's going to just be regular frozen fries that I found in the freezer. These are the crusted, like they have a coating on them, which means that they'll be really crusty, really crunchy. And then when I hit it with some of that lemon, just lemon concentrate, a little bit of garlic salt, it's going to be a fire, like really citrusy addition to the richness of the... You look like Kobe Bryant. God, I wish. That guy was fucking handsome. You have a lot of snow in Toronto. Ooh. Right on. I hope it's not super cold, though. Yeah, so the meat mix. So essentially, I knew for a fact that meat mix was going to take like a while to cook. So maybe about 30, 40 minutes ago, I went ahead and I put the meat into my mixer. I went ahead and found this kick-ass beef shawarma mix, right? Because Donair spice doesn't necessarily exist, but it does have these same essential components in the shawarma mix, but with the addition of, I added extra cumin, extra coriander, a little bit of extra curry spice, fresh garlic, fresh onions diced up, just to make sure that it has a good amount of like water content, as well as when I macerated it in the mixer, Oh, thank you so much for the roses, Caitlin. I appreciate you, dude. Um, my favorite Slayer album would have been I can't actually remember what the album is, but it's one with like Seasons of the Abyss, War Ensemble, Angel of Death. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like all like the really old classic ones. But that really will make me. You'll know my age if you know those albums. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So for the meat, for all the meat, I just added those extra spices in, one egg, and then when I mixed it in the mixer, I made sure to macerate it into more of a. Made spaghetti for lunch, burnt the onions, but still had charred onions. Still add a ton of flavor if I'm not correct. Oh, Hell Awaits is awesome. It's a wicked album. Yeah, and then I just took the meat, made sure that it was macerated correctly, so you get more of like a beef sausage texture and consistency. Really tacky, really kind of more smooth than anything. By that, I also used a medium ground beef, so it does have a bit of fat content. Yes, honey. Okay. And then after that, I just went ahead and threw it into a greased, lined non-stick pan, like a what do you call it? Like a bread loaf pan, and that's been in the oven for about 40 minutes. So it should be ready to come out in the next little bit here. Here, honey. Right on. Yeah, dude. Always buy yours from the local Lebanese. Yo, if you got a spot and you can get fresh Donair or fresh any of that, by all means, get it from the source because those guys, any Mediterranean spot, always knows what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Okay, Antonia, I will be making. Okay, so essentially, I have a little bit of hummus in the fridge that we use for my wife's lunches usually. So I'm gonna couple that with a the Newfoundland sweet sauce that I'm going to be making fresh. Bridget, hey, how are you? You didn't miss much. I'm just starting to get going right now, so I'm just really explaining. I got the Donair meat in the oven right now. Again, just to go over it, I just did a bunch of. I got the shawarma spice, but I also went ahead and mounted it with extra spices just to make sure that it added a little bit more flavor into it. I did fresh onions, fresh garlic, macerated it in the mixer. The reason I didn't do the mixer live here, yeah, yo, hey, Jordan. Oh man, Halifax City, they are known. I'm not going to do the Donair justice. I'm just going off of the Donair that we usually make here in Calgary. Again, it's a lot of Middle Eastern joints, so they just got their flavors down. It's more of a shawarma than it is a Donair, but it's still highly flavorful. You do have a spot, yeah, you know it's a good day if it's family owned for sure, and it's a good spot. And Miami Kelly or Miami Melly, thank you so much for the paper crane. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Thank you so much for that. I am not going to be making the hummus. I will be making the sweet sauce. So I actually have a little bit of hummus that we purchased because we use hummus a lot for my wife's lunches. Whoa, is that a galaxy? Yo, thank you so much for the galaxy. I really appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just going to continue with the dessert. Right now, we're doing the cinnamon twist pastry, and my idea was again to do it more like a cinnamon bun. But in this case, I'm actually just going to lightly bake it in the muffin tins, and I think that's going to get me the best kind of texture in terms of quality. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut my lengths into threes. Boom, just like that. Okay, and it's always good to kind of have generally uniform sizing. So I'm just going to just try to get that in the middle here, right? So I'm just going to cut these into 12s, and I think 12 will pretty much do it because anything that's left over, I usually will just send out. Oh man, another galaxy. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Miami Melly, man, you're such a G, dude. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, you want to keep them pretty consistent all the way through, and this will give you the best kind of bake overall, okay? So, again, you got these, and on the inside, it's essentially just, very simply, it's just a little bit of melted butter, okay? and a little bit of powdered sugar mixed with cinnamon, right? Because I kept the internal of the pastry itself more or less very not so sweet, because I will be topping it with a bit of butter and extra sugar and all that stuff, because I really wanted the outside to be more of the sweet part rather than the inside being the savory component, okay? So, with that said, I'm actually going to go ahead and pull the meat out. I think it should be pretty much good to go, because I do need it to rest. Yeah, dude. So I do need it to rest, and then I'm going to slice it and then do it in the pan to give it a good sear, to help it get those crispy edges, because anybody that has, as well, I'm going to be putting the these in for roughly, it's at 350, so I'm going to put them in for about 20 minutes, just to start. Yeah, and anybody that has like gone to a Donair spot or anything like that knows that the best part of a Donair spot is the crispy bits, the charred bits on your Donair meat, all that good stuff. Antonia, no, she's not a chef, but she is a, well, she was a barista forever, and she's one of the best bakers I've met in in forever. So in our house, I usually do all the cooking. She takes care of all the good stuff, the baking, the cookies, the bread. You know what I mean? And then if you need to talk to her about coffee, she got that 100% on lock. Miami Melly, hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hopefully will see you again. And don't forget to follow for more updates coming up. Thank you so much again for coming. God, yo, they hit with the fucking galaxies hard. I appreciate them so much. Yeah, we try to be, you know. we're a household of like eccentric talents. I will say that. Okay, so the meat itself, gorgeous. So yeah, this will rest in the oil. Again, I've got the medium grind beef, so that's why there's so much extra runoff, right? But that runoff right here will actually, while the beef is resting, will have a chance to kind of redistribute itself, just like a meatloaf, into the meat. I think one day she definitely could. I mean, honestly, she has this kick-ass snickerdoodle recipe that like I can't get enough of. And like, if anybody knows me, I love cinnamon. Like, I'm a huge fan of cinnamon. And those hit the spot big time, especially when she like puts the stuff on it. Hey, thanks for the heart, man. I appreciate you. Polaris, thank you so much for the heart, dude. That's awesome. Yo, fry a snickerdoodle. Yo, and Caitlin has, since she was the highest gifter on the last live on the weekend, last Saturday live, she has picked out, basically asked me to do a bunch of fried up food. So in that case, I haven't decided exactly what we're going to do, but we are going to have a fry up properly on Saturday. So be sure to like and follow the post coming up, as well as follow my page for any updates on that, because we are going to go all out for that. Gemini, hey, how you doing, dude? Chef of the witches. Yeah, I try to be, you know what I'm saying? Corn dogs are the best fried food. I mean, I love a good corn dog. I really do. Again, like one of my favorite things is like anything mad stuffed. It's, you know what I mean? Like I had these pizza pockets once that were like dredged and deep fried in like tempura joints. And then when you crack it open, it's like boom, napalm, but it was so good. Jordan, thanks so much for sharing the live. I appreciate it. And anybody that's new to the live, welcome. I appreciate you all for joining. If you guys get a chance, hit that like button for me. And if you can as well, share this live, because I know for a fact that if you guys are here, anyone that you send it to might be here as well to enjoy this live. Polaris and Caitlin, thank you guys again. Oh my God. Team Bracelet, thank you so much for that. How do you share a live? I believe the button is in the bottom right-hand corner. It's an arrow. Send that to whoever, man. Because again, if you guys got friends that love food, want to talk about food, bring them on here, man. I would love to meet more people that are into the same thing. Polaris, thank you so much for the team bracelets. Caitlin, thank you so much for the roses. Yasmin, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Right on, dude. Gemini, you're into eating food. Hey, Dave Weir, thanks so much for the follow as well. I appreciate you guys for being here. How's everyone's Thursday going? Hope it's all doing really well. Okay, so now I got my meat resting. I got my cinnamon rolls in. I got my oil sitting on low so I can fry up my French fries. So Donairs are on the go. I'm actually going to go ahead and do the mise en place for the vegetables. So for tonight, we're going to keep it real easy. I'm just going to do a bit of lettuce, tomato, and onion. Because I think those are, in my opinion, the most essential components. Oh yeah, you all over that gifter badge, dude. Right on. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start with those. Because again, it's going to be like crunchy. It's going to be unctuous and sweet with a bit of creaminess. I think that's going to be a really good overall dish tonight. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just dice up a little bit of red onion. Again, if you guys ever do this kind of stuff at home, by all means, you can cut your vegetables any way that you like. But I find, and this is just for me, when you're stacking up anything like wraps or anything like that, try to make them kind of more cut lengthwise. Because I feel that if the length of cut, you can roll it out just like a blunt. You have it like uniform so that when it makes it into the roll, every bite is a very cohesive bite in total. What's with the face this time? Yeah, when she does gift, it's special to me because again, I always say that she's kind of been my day one and I appreciate her dearly for it. It's the baldness, yeah. Cooking after dark. Yeah, I don't know if you were here for the last live. Yeah, the reason I usually have a shaved head, but I've been wearing a hat because it's winter time and that cold. If you have a shaved head minus 40, it makes your whole head feel like it's on fire. You know what I'm saying? And I was just kind of getting sick of it. Yeah, people who aren't foodies is nuts to me, right? People that literally can't, they just eat food it's just for nourishment. Why? What's that for? Oh, okay. Yeah, we just got over a little bit of snow maybe a few weeks ago, but recently we just been sitting in this kind of really mild lull in terms of the snow, which to me is pretty cool because I'll be real, anything we got that I don't know what it was called. There was this jet stream kind of hot air situation. Ozzy, what's good, man? How are you today? You got slammed with 30 centimeters yesterday. Oh, God. I think the only thing that I hate most about wintertime is straight just shoveling that much snow. Dan the man, hey, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome to the live. How are you today? Yeah, the polar vortex. Yeah, honestly, when it hit, I was like, this is crazy. It was plus 15 for no reason. You can reconstitute it and get it down. Hey, you know what, though? I do have, remind me later, I don't have a dehydrator, but I do have dehydratable ideas for things like stew and things like a shepherd's pie, potentially. Because again, reconstituted or dehydrated things are for some reason really big in molecular gastronomy and fine dine restaurants. Dan the man, you're doing good. Oh man, that's good. How's your day? I hope you had a really good Thursday so far. But yeah, if you have to go out, oh man, your body hurts. That's for damn sure. No way, 2 hours? Yo, my I'll be real, my spine will be screaming. It'd just be Yeah, my whole back would just be screaming for dear life. Silent Sam, hey, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. How are you today? I hope you're having a really good Thursday. Okay, so when it comes to the tomatoes, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and I split it in half, took the core out. But again, also a good trick, guys, is that if you guys deal with tomatoes often, leave them out on the counter, right? They don't need to necessarily be refrigerated. But if you leave them out, they'll actually become nice, soft, and supple. So that if they're at like a good stage where they're really ripe, they'll be nice and really like applicable for you. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be really juicy and easier to handle. Because I find if you have refrigerated tomatoes, they're just always a little bit. There's a lot less flavor going into them. A crab boil. Oh, yeah. I haven't done like a proper crab boil in so long. Silent Sam, that's great, man. I hope you're having a really good Thursday. Right on, right on. And again, welcome. Thanks so much for the follow and welcome to the live. I appreciate you guys for being here. They issue a weather warning for 5 to 10 seconds. Yo, they kind of do the same thing in Vancouver, no? Hey, Polaris, thanks so much for the roses. I appreciate it. Door guy, what would you suggest? Sir, good day today. Payday and Sunday I'll be crying. Yeah, I feel that's like kind of I feel that's kind of what do you call it? The kind of the norm. Nelson Medeiros, hey, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Ah, yeah. Keep the tomatoes on the counter. Yeah, totally. Like every fine dine restaurant I've ever been to. Yeah, good opinion. I like that. Y'all keep your things in the crisper. Right on, dude. Yeah. Uneducated, but cool. Good. No, you keep your anything that's like hard water based. The reason you keep your tomatoes on the counter when you're going to use them is that at room temperature, they become moister, nicer, and more succulent. So at the end of the day, you're going to end up with a nice juicy tomato rather than one that has no flavor as well as super hard. Mamacita, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Well, on top of what he didn't explain, that he doesn't understand that if you put tomatoes, just like bananas, into your fridge, and you have other ingredients in there, it helps to ripen them faster. So that's the reasoning behind it as well.
Just yeet that guy.
Yeah, did you see his comments?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's
I
usually...
said, excuse me, sir.
Well, that's usually just opinions on based on somebody that has like less experience in that field. Like I guess I know why you would keep it out in the fridge for sure. Like with your what do you call it? With your crisper, but yeah, just so we're all clear here, like every fine dine restaurant I've ever been in advocated for keeping your tomatoes on the counter. Mamacita, hi, how are you? Welcome to the live. I appreciate you for being here. Yeah, and I also find like fridge tomatoes to be really hard. They're really they're kind of a harder texture, less juicy, as well as if they've been put in the fridge, it dulls their flavor. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with putting your tomatoes in the fridge. If you're going to use it the day of, highly recommend leave it out on the counter so it gets room temperature and you get a much nicer consistency to it, in my opinion. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to finish up with these tomatoes. I got my onions cut, and look how much time do I got? I got 6 minutes on these pastries. Oh yeah, they're coming out real nice. Where did the Donair originate from? Okay, so the Canadian Donair, because again, in the US, they call them euros, or like they're spelled gyro. Yo, I wish there was smell-o-vision. In my opinion, the Canadian Donair originated from Halifax. I might be incorrect, but a lot of Canadians will swear that it came from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Whereas like the beef Donairs that you find in the U.S. originated, I couldn't tell you, but it is a Middle Eastern dish. But I think it also originated from a dish called lahmacun, which was more like a meat pie that you rolled up and then you put different herbs and lemon and sumac into it. It is, yes. It is from these. But again, I swear, like most Canadians will swear. Oh man, Mamacita, thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you. Again, it's the Canadian Donair. It's synonymous with the East Coast. When I think Donair, I think of the East Coast. That's why we call it the East Coast Donair. But like, yeah, I mean, it does come from like a Middle East origin. I'm sure it does, or at least a Mediterranean. Okay, and Donair sauce. Okay, so look, I'm just going to get my lettuce chopped and we are going to get on that Donair sauce right away. Okay, so for this, I usually try to use iceberg, and the reason being is because I've experimented with like things like butter leaf or like arugula and stuff like that. Although very nice, it doesn't. I find like it doesn't have the crispiness, nor like it just doesn't kind of stack that flavor that I'm looking for when it comes to like just like a gnarly wrap. Okay, so. So when it comes to just the lettuce, I'm just going to, again, cut it into, I'm just going to shred it up really good. I'm actually going to be putting lettuce into the Donair. I don't have a website just yet, but I am currently working on starting a Patreon. As well as, somewhere to put all my recipes, as well as my online videos. If you guys want to do a rewatch, or if you guys do end up missing any of my lives after you follow, Long Pubes, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I will get back to that question, Sar, in a second. So I did my YouTube page for Fuck You I'm Eating official has gone live. Just onion and tomato, yeah. And again, I'm kind of more basing the Donair that I'm making off of the Calgary style Donair. Again, if you guys know that I don't do anything like authentically necessarily. But yeah, my YouTube page has gone live. And if you guys go to my, my TikTok page, check out my bio. My Instagram and my YouTube are listed there. So if you guys do end up missing an episode or see a recipe that you want to try and forget like the ingredients, all that stuff, just go ahead, go on there, and they'll be labeled by the date posted. All right. Okay, cool. That's there. How's this? Rested. Perfect. Okay, so let's get that Donair sauce. Okay, so simply, it is garlic. It is, it's garlic or garlic salt, which I'm going to be using. It's going to be your condensed milk, vinegar, and a hit of cream. And then I also end up putting just a touch of mayonnaise, just to kind of give it some more levity. Here we go. Michelle, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. All right, there we go. So for this recipe, I'm going to go ahead and start with, because I want extra. Because I do, one of my favorite things in the world too is to do like Donair sauce or like sweet sauce, and then dip your fries in that. All right. And Sar, just to get back to your original question, sorry about that. I have cut my fingers to shreds over the last 25 years. Maybe not in the last 10 years because I got a little bit better at my knife skills. but I'd be lying if I didn't say I cut literally all my fingernails off, all the tops of these knuckles off, and then cut through my thumb. I also have like a scar right there where I cut through the tendon and nerve. I have like a burn right here from sugar sculpture. Yeah, all that good stuff. But you live, you learn. I will say though, my very first, one of my first real French chefs, he was one of those guys where he's like, well, I think I was like cutting through a bunch of stuff, trying to get it done within a couple hours, and I cut through my finger, or the nail off of this finger, and it was on the back of my knife. And he literally took it, and he's like, oh, damn. So he put super glue on it, put it on, or like took it off the knife, put it back on my finger, and then hit it with salt and lemon juice. Yeah, I'll be real. I haven't cut that finger since then. But of course, you know, if you're moving too quickly, mistakes will happen, which I also recommend anybody out there, just work slow, work safe, you know. Right? There's no point in hurting yourself, especially if, you know, if you're just doing it at home. Work with love, work with care, you know. It's much easier than going to the hospital. All right, how are we doing on these? Nice. Okay, so these guys will just need at least a couple more minutes, just so I can get some really good color. I'm actually going to boost this up to 380 degrees, and then I'm going to set the timer for another, just say 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to go 3 minutes. Boom. Okay, so in here is just the full-on condensed milk. Boom. Okay. I'm going to go ahead with just a little bit of lemon juice.
Kelly says she'll have to try this sauce.
Oh, absolutely.
Evaporated milk, sugar, garlic powder, and vinegar.
Yep. 100%. Yeah. Evaporated milk. I use condensed milk just so you don't have to add in extra sugar. But essentially that is the recipe, yeah. And also I add in a little bit of lemon juice with the vinegar, just because that's what gives you that brightness inside your wrap to really cut the fattiness of the beef. Okay. Honestly, we can, I mean, it sucks. It's not as bad as Vancouver or like places like parts of Toronto, but we got lucky with the place that we live. So we just decided to stay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, crazy glue is like World War II style a fix. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, honestly, Kelly, try it with just a hit of lettuce, because again, I like things to be textural. Again, it's crunchy, it's juicy. It has the element of both the garlic and the onion. You know, you don't have to put a lot, but I do like it to be a bit on the crunchier side. If you ever come to Calgary, the best example of this is a place called Jimmy's, A&A here in the city. They have the best like Calgary style Donairs in the city, in my opinion, because when you get the large, like the large is like boom to boom, right? And it takes 2 pitas, they wrap that thing. It's awesome. The skin on a finger, oh, it sucks. I don't usually put cheese. Zach, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, so I got my lemon juice, condensed milk. I'm going to get a small hit of vinegar, just a small bit. You don't want it to be super overwhelming, right? Just a little bit like that. Boom. And then I'm going to hit with the garlic salt. Okay, you're all done? All right, thank you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead with a little bit of that garlic salt right here. All right, and I'm going to go with like roughly, because there's no salt in it. When I find sugar and salt is an awesome combination. So I'm going to go roughly about a tablespoon just to start, and I'll see about the flavor profile with that. Because again, if the condensed milk stays a little bit too thick, I still might give it a little bit more lemon juice to kind of help thin it out. Okay.
She wants like
Here you go.
One.
All right. Yeah, we do love cheese. I'll be real.
You have one. Oh. You
All
want to try one of
right. So now we got this kick-ass sweet sauce right here, right? Good consistency, right? It's just enough to coat. So like when you have, when you roll it, it should be all good. Joyce, yes, absolutely. Hit me with your questions by all means. And what spices did you use for the meat? Okay, so correct horse. I started with, when I put it into my mixer, first and foremost, the best outcome you can get for your beef is to have, I use like a medium grade, so it did have a bit of fat content still in the meat. It wasn't extra lean or anything like that. If it was more lean, then you would actually have to add in bacon or mix it with a pork, right? Go 50-50 or something like that. In this case, I did the medium grade meat in the mixer on the paddle attachment, not the whisk. And then I also started with a bit of the beef shawarma spice. It's not necessarily Donair spice, but it has the components of Donair seasoning. Then I hit it with a little bit extra cumin, a little bit extra coriander. Chef it up, China boy. I'm from the Philippines, but thank you. Yeah, and then I hit it with extra just spices to kind of help build it up. On top of it's fresh garlic, fresh onions in the mix as well. So then at least you have a little bit of, yeah, then you have a little bit of that water content, the fattiness. When you bake it, then it all kind of seeps out, rests, and all that good stuff.
So that's all you get for sugar tomato, right?
Oh, please do. I would appreciate it if you actually sent that to me in the DMs, by all means. Because I'm more than willing to try pretty much anything as long as, you know, if it maintains like things that are, again, I don't do anything super authentic, but I'm always about trying to replicate and represent a more authentic product, 100%. My favorite Filipino dish is honestly, if it's not Jollibee's fried chicken, like the spicy stuff, it would be like, I love lechon. Like lechon with like longanisa sausage on rice with like a fried egg. It's simple, but god damn it, it just hits, right? Or yeah, pancit is good. Sar, I love Indian food. I will be doing a butter chicken or a curry recipe on my next probably in about 2 or 3 weeks here, because I will have a friend of mine on who's also a chef, but he will be helping me or guide me through a really great butter chicken recipe. How do we delete comments? Is it a full moon? Yeah. Contacts? Yes, I do. Taco spice in a shaker. Use it a lot of things. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, one of the coolest things with taco spice is that you can actually, like, if you make your own chips, like if you make your own like double kettle chips, you can just pour that shit on. It's actually really, really nice. Jollibee yesterday? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jollibee fried chicken is so fire, especially when you hit it with gravy. You dislike curry. It depends. Again, also, I love all the kinds of curry. Like when we were in Thailand. Oh, yeah. This needs just a hit more vinegar. Kind of bring up that sour note. I know how to make a version of kettle chips. Without like a pressure kettle or like a pressure cooker, it does make it a little bit more tough to...
The sausage you said you liked.
The sausage. Oh, it's oh, God is great. Thank you so much for the follow. Can you say what the sausage? It's called longanisa sausage. It's widely used in the Philippines for like things like breakfast. Added an envelope in a spaghetti sauce. Interesting. Jamaican curry goat is delicious. Yeah. But again, I love like even like, cause what was it, Jamaican roti? is one of my favorite things, and a lot of the time here, at least in the city, they do have a Jamaican curry is just fire. But I'm also a huge fan of the green and red Thai curries. Those are some of my favorites, as well as I think it's like East Indian and South Indian curries are some of my favorite curries in general. Perfect. Here we go.
Well, there's Japanese curry too, isn't there?
Oh yeah, that's right. Japanese curry is really good. Oh my god, I forgot. Yeah, Japanese curry as well. Just because it's like one of my favorite things to have, like even for breakfast. It's just nourishing and it's warm. It's more stew-like, which is amazing because then you can have that on a really good rainy day. Honestly, Jace, if you like fried chicken, give it a try. It is one of my favorite things. I mean, it's not for everybody. You might not dig like the sweet spaghetti or the palabok noodles, stuff like that, but you might be into like the spicy or regular fried chicken sandwiches or like the bucket of fried chicken. Because in my opinion, I prefer it alongside like Popeyes rather than places like KFC. Yeah, yeah. For me, I have traveled to. I was in Spain for a month. I've traveled throughout the U.S. Not everywhere in the U.S. Like Vegas or like Nevada has been like a place that we've been to. Same with California, Washington, a lot. Actually, a lot of the West Coast, to be perfectly honest with you. I was in New York for about 2 weeks for a stage when I was much younger. DMG the link. Hey, correct horse. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, we gone to Thailand, Cambodia, Philippines. We were in China for like 12 hours, but not really. Yeah, I highly recommend if you love food and you love traveling, those things go legitimately hand in hand. Okay, so I got my sweet sauce, good to go, just like that. Yeah, nice. Okay, and then I got these kick-ass pinwheels. I'm just gonna let them cool down. They're still a bit on the fragile side. Okay, and in the meantime, I'm actually going to go ahead and hit them with the rest of this butter. Okay.
FYI, you don't have to hurry off live tonight.
Oh, no?
Nothing like that.
Oh, okay, sweet. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna give this a quick mix. It did, what do you call it, cool down just a little bit, so I'm just gonna try to break up the butter, just so it's a little bit spreadable. And then I'm going to hit it on top of this and hit it with a little bit more cinnamon, a little bit more sugar. Right on. Why is my username so aggressive? Hey, Jen 3.0, thank you so much for the follow. The reason that my name is so aggressive is because I've been a chef or a cook in professional kitchens, fine dine kitchens, high-end kitchens, pretty much for the last 25 years, mixed in with like, club work and bars, stuff like that. And it's a statement against a lot of higher-end pretentious chefs. Right, I've worked with a lot of French dudes. I've worked with a lot of European dudes that just won't eat like a chicken nugget. They're better than that. It's just too much pretension, and that's why I labeled it. So my whole thing is to create really good food that's economical, sustainable, accessible by the normal person, stuff that most people can find. Yeah, well, I mean, Gordon Ramsay still is kind of, he has very high-end taste, but what I do try to encourage and things I advocate for, Carnivore Spice, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, things that I advocate for is the ability, is to encourage other people to enter their kitchens, not be intimidated by it, and cook food that they'll always love to come home to, right? That to me is... Yeah, yeah. And yeah, anybody that's in here, again, I don't have my name posted pretty much anywhere, so I'm John. It's great to meet all of you. Yeah, a lot of chefs that cook tasty food do have names, yep. But again, I also found it so funny when someone called me Chef John. It just sounds so weird. Right on, Sar. I'm really glad, man. I'm really, really glad because again, we've had a few people on here that have actually cooked with our lives. They've actually, I'm actually going to be posting those pictures in the next couple of days. Again, it's really inspiring to me to see people actually get out of their element or pursue something that's just a little bit upping their game. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is extremely important because again, when it comes to I guess doing it for the culture, it's about trying to help normal people achieve better food on a daily basis, right? Because everything that I do can Chef Ronald McDonald. I would say, yeah, actually, I love me a little bit of good McDonald's. I can make a really good high end Big Mac, or like if anyone's like as old as I am, if they remember what the Big Extra is, that was one of my favorite burgers growing up as a kid. Yeah, again, GGS fam, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you for being here. Who dis? Hey, what's good, dude? Welcome. I appreciate you for joining. How are you today? All right, so I got these on the go right here. I got this bad boy softening. Yeah, right on. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead boost my oil up to about, it's on the low burner, so I'm gonna put it up to about a 7 so that when I put my fries in, they don't lose a lot of temp. So I'm just gonna give the tops of my cinnamon twist just a hit of butter. Nothing too crazy. It's just enough so that when I hit the cinnamon sugar on top of that, they'll have something to stick to. Okay. Wham. Just like that. Wicked. Okay. Just one more. Bam. And bam. Okay. So that when I hit it with some of this cinnamon sugar, it'll have something to definitely stick onto. Josie J, hi, how are ya? Welcome to the live. Apache Dan, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you for being here. Yes, we are. That's what we're in the process of making. Right now, I'm just trying to finish off my cinnamon twists. And let those things cool down in the pan so when I take them out, they'll be nice and presentable. Then I'm probably going to hit it with a side of whipped cream or a hit of ice cream. I haven't decided just yet. Okay, so to get that on the go, so we're going to go ahead and start up with our Donair prep. Okay. So since I have my oven sitting at 380, I'm going to go ahead and lower the heat real quick. You damn right I was aggressive with that cinnamon. I love me some good cinnamon, dude. Jesse Cunningham, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome to the live. I am cinnamon fanboy. Yeah, I am. Mailing cookies, I could, you know what I'm saying? Apache Dan, where are you from? Fancy James, hey, you're not too late. We're just right now finishing up on right now the Donairs. Right now I got the Donairs already rested nicely, and I'm going to go ahead and start cooking up a bit of the garlic lemon fries, as well as I'm going to start searing a little bit of the Donair meat in the pan. Because again, what I'm looking for is to get a little bit of that crusty kind of Donair meat. Then I'm going to start layering up the wrap itself. Ash, hey, from Saskatchewan, how are ya? Just the province over. You're in Gatineau. Oh, damn. Yo, I will be real. You guys got some kick-ass, like, classic desserts out in Quebec, though. Abbotsford, hey. You have a fellow Abbotsfordian.
No.
Yeah, my wife's also from the sunny beaches of Abbotsford, British Columbia.
I was born in Burnaby, but I'm unfamiliar with Abbotsford.
Oh, I love that place. Oh, Fancy Jamie, we are doing real good today. Thank you so much. From Victoria, that's awesome. Yeah, dude. All right, so I got this on the heat right now. That's going. Okay, I got my oil in the back. That's also going. I'm just going to give it a quick test. Yep. Let's go ahead and dump in a little handful. Do you want your fries on the side or inside the wrap?
On the side.
On the side? Okay. Do. What will my cookbook be called when you went around? Do you think you'll release? Okay, so my cookbook will for sure be "Fuck You, I'm Eating," the Struggle Meal Cookbook. But that's like a working title. But it is again, it's for my top demographic is for just normal people trying to live in an economy that is so expensive. Thank you so much for the follow. And then I'm planning on trying to release it maybe at the end of this year. I'm more focused on trying to release, get my Patreon page updated, so that when I do drop that, it actually makes more sense to just release that and then have my cookbook kind of released outside of Canada. Sarah, hey, from Winterpeg, right on, dude. Niagara Falls, welcome. Yo, I saw a guy doing live this morning in Niagara Falls with the sunrise on like the Niagara Falls waterfall. Looked gorgeous. Let's be honest. Thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it, you guys. Be nice to get for. Oh yeah, dude. Mary, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. I appreciate you for being here. And Jen 3.0 from Nova Scotia. Sarah, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you guys for being here, man. How are you guys today? I hope you guys are having a really pleasant, really nice Thursday. All right, so I got that going right there. With the fries, I'm actually going to be going ahead, hitting it with just a hit of just lemon concentrate and a bit of, garlic salt, which I think would be really, really nice. Give that a quick toss.
Colors.
What kind of colors?
Hand me some.
This one. And I've been doing her a cherry lemonade.
Here you go.
You spelled it backwards? That's awesome. Yes, Fancy Jamie, hit me with questions. By all means. You know I'm always here for him. East Coast is taking over. Yeah, dude. They see a little bit of that Donair night and y'all come running, you know what I'm saying? And I love it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, hit my fries in this bad boy right here. Give them a quick drain in a second. Okay, got my pan. That's actually starting to get nice and warm. Put my plate off to the side here. All right.
Favorite side dish for pasta?
Favorite side dish? Oh, man, you can't go wrong with like the dankest. Last night I did a, garlic bread with cheese. So like, what you do is you do a garlic confit, like confit garlic, right? That means just in a pan, a bit of oil just to cover enough bulbs of garlic go by, like the pre-peeled garlic. Put it into the pan, right? Boom. And then put it on low setting. Just get it simmering for like 5 hours, right? You're going to have both an extraction of garlic oil as well as you're going to have super soft, super like delicate garlic. Take the garlic, mix it with some butter by hand, like give it with room temperature butter, give it a whip, boom. Spread that on top of Go to your grocery store, buy the $1 French loaves. Like every grocery store pretty much has these. Okay, right. Cut it lengthwise, boom, in half, smear it, and then you just like make sure to go edge to edge, and then you're gonna top that with like any type of shredded marble cheese or whatever you want, right? Give that a bake in the oven, 375 degrees until it just melts, becomes super gorgeous. Cut that motherfucker with your, you know what I'm saying? Put it with your pasta. It's just amazing. Because again, I'm a huge fan of like breads and pasta, in my opinion. You're banded again. What happened?
No, they're not. I don't know what that is.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely try that out. I highly recommend it. Because again, those are like some of my favorite things to do. Okay. So I got my fries coming out. And again, guys, hey, anybody that's new here, thank you so much again for joining the live. I appreciate you all for joining, as well as anyone that does return to my lives. I appreciate you all for following, knowing when my lives are going on. Again, I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Again, I want to thank you guys for joining. And if you guys have a quick chance, hit that like button for me as many times as you can. That helps me in the algorithm, get in front of like people that are like-minded, people that want to talk about food, food culture, restaurants, recipes, all that good stuff. Mary, hey, first time here. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you for being here. Right, and anyone that's new, go ahead if you can hit that follow button as well to stay up to date on anything coming up in our future lives. Say again?
Veg dish with pasta?
A veg dish. Yo, what's a really good one is you do fried, I'm gonna turn that down. You do grilled eggplant and zucchini. Right? A little bit of nice. Yeah, dude. Yeah, so you look at that, right? You can see the juices coming out of that thing. Yeah, dude. Best TikTok live. I appreciate you so much. Sweet Pea, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. And Donut Queen, thank you so much for joining, and thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you being here as well. Yeah, so if you guys can go ahead, hit that share button, hit that like button, and if you guys haven't already, hit that follow button. It does help me out a lot. Gets me up to the 1,000 slowly every day, and that is my goal.
Can you describe your meat mix to Jamie?
The meat mix. Okay, cool. You said meat mix, right?
Meat mix. Yes, if it was ground beef.
It is. It is ground beef. It is ground beef. Usually, again, I know some people did mention maybe using a pork mix, but in this case, I used more medium ground beef, so it does have a lot of that fat content in my mixer. You give it a mix on the paddle attachment. Me, Quiet Riot, not. I haven't actually listened to Quiet Riot in a long time. I'm not really super into like what do you call it, like early 90s or late 80s kind of stuff personally, or anymore these days. But yeah, in the meat mix, what I did is ground mix or ground beef into the mixer, paddle attachment, a little bit of cream, a little bit of egg, and then I started with the beef shawarma premix. It's not necessarily, again, the Donair mix as it is, but you add that in. That's going to be your base, and then I added in a little bit of extra cumin, a little bit of extra oregano, garlic salt, and then also I added in fresh chopped onion and garlic to go in it. Okay, and then I just made sure that when you mix it, it becomes very velvety, like really, really tacked, more like a sausage consistency, and that's the consistency you want. Then when you pack it into your loaf pan, which is the method that I used, when you put it into your loaf pan, make sure that you do spend the time to make sure you like pack it down, get all the air out of it, and all that good stuff, all right? Jamie, thanks so much for the roses. I appreciate it. Okay, so right now I'm just hitting the fries lightly with a bit of garlic salt. Yo, we kind of look similar. Hey, are you also feeling? Hey?
You do, I checked.
Really? Oh, what? There can only be one, bro. I'll meet you at the field behind the bike racks. Give me an R. No way, yo, you do. That's great. Yo, but you have way better hair. Snow Princess, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you guys for being here. How are you today? Yoda, thank you so much for the follow and for the roses. Oh my goodness. Michelle Bell, thanks so much for the follow as well. That's awesome. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you all for joining. Again, if you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you want to know about making me croak. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, anything to do with food recipes, restaurant culture, chef's culture, you go ahead, ask those questions in the comments below. I'll be trying to answer as many questions as humanly possible. Yeah, and if you guys get a chance, hit that like, hit that share for me. I appreciate it. Okay, so I got the charred beef. Look at that. God damn, yeah, dude. Look at that. Gorgeous. There's hits of the onion in there. There's hits of the, what do you call it? The garlic. So as long as they stay moving, they won't char to the bottom necessarily. So I'm going to leave that as is. In here, I got a little bit of garlic salt. I am going to go ahead and now hit it with just a small hit of lemon extract or lemon concentrate.
Have you watched The Bear on Disney Plus?
I have. I love The Bear. Okay. Boom. Just like that. Give that a quick toss. And there is the fries. So that's lemon garlic fries right here. And since they already have the salt, they're already pre-seasoned. So that's already a gorgeous thing.
Is steak better pan-fried or in an air fryer?
Oh, to be honest, yeah, steak. Do, if you have an oven-safe pan for your steak, take your steak, put it into your a cast iron pan or anything that's like oven safe. Give it a sear in the pan. A little bit of thyme, a little bit of butter, and whole cloves of garlic. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the steak, boom, in the thing, sear the one side, and start basting it with that butter, okay? You're going to give it a flip, keep basting it, right, until you get to the doneness that you really prefer. Okay. The other option here, the reason I say oven safe is you can put it into the pan, a little bit of oil, a little bit of your thyme, a little bit of garlic, right? Put it in, get the sear, flip it, and then finish it in the oven, about 400 degrees until you get the internal temperature that you're actually looking for. Yeah, cast iron for steak is ideal, but again, if you have like an oven safe pan, those are all just as good. When will I do my cherry tarts again? Yo, I can, Don and Bella, I can do a cherry tart or another take on the cherry tart. Probably coming up. Maybe in about a week or so. I don't mind that. Yo, moose steak is fire. Fire. I love like moose or deer steaks. Crazy, especially when they've been marinated. Okay, if you're looking to get a medium well, okay, if you know like the finger method, right? So if I go like, so if I squeeze here, right, that's well done. No, sorry. If I squeeze here, that's more like a rare, right? Squeeze here, that's medium rare, medium well done. And if you really squeeze your fist, that's like way past well done. But I am not in Toronto. I am in Calgary, Alberta, sir. But if you do have a thicker piece of steak, I highly recommend just spend the $15 and go get a meat thermometer, like an actual like probe. Boom. And then you can check the center of your steak and then go to, if you want medium well, you want to aim for roughly about 150 to 155. 160 is well done. So about 150, 152 is the core spot where you want to bring the temperature to in the center of your steak. Yeah, absolutely. But I do recommend if you're going to cook steaks, get them, you don't want them wide, you want them thinner, but thicker. Those are the best kinds of steaks. So you get the good amount of, hey, you know, some people prefer like the everything past medium, just because it might be a blood thing. Because I know my father-in-law just can't handle like the redness, like the red juice that comes out of steaks. I've actually even tried, I believe it's a Malaysian A7 now. It's one of the rarest cuts of Wagyu beef. I tried an ounce of it. That ounce was $400. To be honest with you, it's good, but it wasn't that good. Okay, so now I have my beef seared. I'm going to just go ahead, give this a quick toast in the oven. just to make sure that the reason that you toast or like warm up your shell is that it just kind of warms up all the gluten that's in the wrap itself, and it'll make it much easier to handle. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and throw my fries down on the plate. Boom, just like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to wait on that.
Make garlic sauce from Michelle Bell.
Michelle Bell, yes, I did. I did make some garlic sauce earlier in the stream. Boom. But again, if you guys want that garlic sauce recipe, I'd be more, hit me in the DMs just to remind me, and I will send you the essential components of it, okay? Hi, honey.
You know I can snap from all over to the couch.
Hell yeah, you
And
can.
from the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Here, cutie.
Smells pretty good, doesn't it? And Bryce, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you for being here. Hope you're having a really good Thursday.
Daddy's cooking. You gotta let him be.
Yeah, moose steaks are amazing. Yeah, moose roast, oh, fire. And especially, I love moose or deer with Montreal steak spice. It's one of my favorite things. And then you finish it with some garlic butter compound just to like on top. Jay Blaine, thanks so much for the follow, bro. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a really great Thursday. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so this should be nice and warmed up. Boom. Just like that. Let's go. Okay, so again, today I'm going to be hitting it with just a schmear, if you will, of the store-bought hummus, which ain't a bad thing. You can make your own hummus as well. I do recommend making your own homemade hummus if you have the time, just because again it's good on the wallet as well as the volume. You get tons more. Plus you have more control over like the garlic content and just overall flavor profiling. But in this case, we just didn't have a lot of time, so I just ended up buying this stuff for my wife's lunches. Okay, so you're gonna put a good thin layer of that on top. Then you're gonna start with, your onions. Okay. Onto the thing. Yes, Michelle Bell. Yes. Because again, I'm doing like more of a Calgary rendition of a Donair. I highly recommend hummus personally, just because it adds that little extra element of creaminess, adds a little bit of extra nutty flavor to it that really helps accentuate the beef as well. Okay, so a little bit of that red onion on the center there, right? I'm gonna go ahead with the beef, right? And again, with the beef, just stack it on. Okay. Then I'm going to hit, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to hit with just a touch of lettuce for now. Okay. Since I have hummus on deck, I'm just going to go ahead, get this whipped up. Right? Hit with that garlic sauce. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to hit with just a little bit more lettuce, right? Because you really want this to kind of be like the center of the wrap as much as humanly possible. So then with this, you're just going to fold in the edge, one side, right? And then you're going to pull it over 3/4 way, roll it back, right? Give it a quick pull so you get this nice tight kind of surface area. Boom, just like that, right? Just like that. And then roll it over. That hummus is going to guarantee that you have a really great seal. If you wanted to, right, extra points, you can go ahead and push some of the excess onion and garlic in the pan. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to lay that seal down just in your cooling pan. You're also a chef? Hey, right on, dude. What kind of food, Michelle, do you like cooking? Texas Poon Tapa. Yes, I am Filipino. All right, so I got that bad boy just lightly searing just the seal. It won't actually close it, but it'll allow all that hummus and the warm pita to kind of just become more of a one, right? See how it's like kind of sealed, right? So that goes down to the plate just like that. And there we have my take on like East Coast, West Coast Donair. Again, it's kind of like taken from the elements of like the East Coast Donair, but mixing it with the Calgary style that I'm so used to. All right. Again, this is also coated and battered French fries. These are obviously the frozen type, but at the same time, I also hit it with a bit of that garlic salt, a little bit of lemon to give it some extra brightness, and that is that plate. So now I'm going to go ahead and give this to my wife because she's been waiting, and I'll get on to the dessert. Okay. If you want extra Donair sauce, let me know.
All right. Michelle says she's a head chef for a hotel chain.
Oh, nice. You're a head chef for a hotel chain? Good on you, dude. Right on. I was, up until September, I was an executive sous chef for retirement communities. Again, different beast, but very similar in many ways, which I love. A lot of catering, yeah. When I was working on like I guess what we would call our main strip, like in the city, I ran a restaurant that was about 1,300 seats. Stamp. It was called the Red Mile. That's right.
On the Red Mile.
I was directly on the Red Mile. And when it came to like busy season, Christmas, Stampede season, all that stuff, catering is just off the chains. Like between 300 and 500 party, you know what I'm saying? Like people party, it's just, ugh. Yeah, I mean, retirement home, here's the thing about retirement home why did I quit? Unfortunately, I was let go. In my opinion, they wanted to save money. And they just really wanted to kind of hire more part-timers or casual workers for much less, thinking that they could save on the back end. What's funny is I was let go in pretty much mid-September, and they haven't been able to replace myself or my chef, which is also hilarious. You always see the ads up. They just are always trying to hire somebody. Fatiamsk, hey! How you doing? I hope you're having a really great Thursday. How are you? Yeah, I mean, I usually don't quit my jobs, but you know what?
Except for that one time.
Except, yes, I did walk out on one restaurant, which had its definite problems. But that's pretty much where I stand on that. But, you live, you learn, I guess. All right, so look, I'm going to do a quick cream, let's see what I got here. Ooh, I still got some of that. Hey. Okay, I'm gonna use up these like whipped creams that I got here. Get rid of that because that's maybe like not even a couple drops. Can I show my wife?
I don't know if you can see me right there. Hello.
There she goes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go ahead and hit with just a simple vanilla whipped cream that I'm going to do that will help kind of structure the cinnamon twist. Okay, I'm going to put in roughly about 3.5 tablespoons into there. She is sassy. Karen, hi, how are you? Yeah, she's mad sassy, dude. And yes, and she's my in-house moderator, which is hilarious.
Hey, don't call her Masamona.
Hi, Katie.
I'm talking to him.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get the whisk attachment. Okay. And I was originally going to do a caramel for this, but I kind of opted out of it because I really wanted it to be more just cinnamon and then kind of bright. So I'm going to hit it with just mostly a cream. And then I'm also going to do a little bit of, just a little bit of vanilla. And I'm also going to mount it with just a touch of this peanut butter whiskey, which I shouldn't have on the live. So it is called a Revelstoke peanut butter whiskey. It's semi-sweet, right? We'll add this nice oakiness that'll help accent the... no, not cream cheese icing today, because I didn't pick up any. So in this case, I'm just going to do a very simple vanilla whipped cream with a bit of, peanut butter whiskey. And K's, yes, I did. I did do a garlic sauce. You're writing report cards? Oh, damn. It's the season, yeah. Right on, dude. Yeah, thanks for joining us, man. I really appreciate you for joining. I did. I used condensed milk as opposed to using evaporated milk, just because the condensed milk already contains quite a bit of the sugar that we need, right? So then all you're doing really is kind of just mounting onto that the sour aspects and the savory aspects with your garlic salt and your vinegar, which is all that. Why don't I start my restaurant? It's because I've been offered the chance to do restaurants, but after literally running restaurants for a few people, my thing is I don't necessarily want to open a restaurant. What I will end up doing probably in the future, if it comes down, a Galaxy. Miami Melly again with the Galaxy. Hey, thanks so much. Welcome back. What I really have decided on is that if anything, I really want to do a food stall or a food stand, just because I do believe having a food stand with with just like no real upkeep or necessity for upkeep. Sandra Lovebug, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Okay, so do you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually mount this twice. Okay, so I found that the problem with owning a restaurant, and I'm only speaking about that here in Calgary, is that rent here is like obnoxious. It is like so obnoxious to have a restaurant here. I've considered a food truck. I was actually offered. What's funny? Okay, first of all, I was offered a food truck from one of my last companies that I worked for. That was the one on on 17th Ave Red Mile, for about $75,000, which was a really great deal for a brand new truck. The problem is in Calgary is that the city doesn't like food trucks. And in Vancouver, where I did all my food truck research, because I went out there for about 4 days with a buddy of mine years ago, and I talked to people at Japadog. I talked to all sorts of other people that own their trucks, and they have licenses in order to park at some very specific places. In Calgary, if you don't have like a contract with like a private property, like an actual like parking lot or something to park on, you enter in what's known as the food truck lottery. That means you can't park it anywhere that you feel like the city tells you where to park it. And that can be, you can be making good money for like a week straight in that one spot, but then you got to move. Your mom's a chef and felt tired to cook when she got home when you used to love it. Oh yeah. I'll be real, man. Being a chef burns you out. Jesse, hey, how you doing? Welcome to the live. Food truck. I mean, I would consider a food truck one of, Be Like Chef, the movie. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do a cross-Canadian tour. That would be hilarious in a food truck. Kate Bretner, hey, what's good, dude? How are you? Welcome to the live.
She wants to move to Alberta and open a restaurant.
No way. Right on, dude. You want to open in Alberta? Right on. I mean, if you can make it out here, by all means. Like, it's not hard to make it out here. It's just that, like, if you don't own it yourself and create your own margins, working for people here, the problem with working with, like, corporations and, like, stuff in Calgary is that everyone here is, like, a price gouger. The top end makes the most while everyone underneath makes the least, and it's not how business should work. Oh, definitely. It's again, it's a take on what I perceive as a Halifax Donair, but Calgary style, 100%. Yeah, same in Vancouver. Yeah, it's changed in Van. I can see that. Kate Bretner, is there sweet sauce? Is there sweet sauce? Yes, sir, there is. Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot on the brains, my friend. school for engineering and being a chef is harder. Yo, what's even funnier though, I went to school for recording engineering, and I worked harder as a chef because I remember I never went to culinary school. I started as a dishwasher when I was a kid. I worked myself up to a chef. Again, it was my priority to prove that you just didn't need school to become a chef or to become a good one. But at the same time, like recording engineering was like complicated for like 3 months, and then you kind of just got it. Whereas being a chef, it's a consistent learning curve, as well as moderating your emotions, learning a lot of like the facets of being a human being is crazy. What would your specials be in a food truck? To be honest with you, I have a homeboy. He's starting a food stand probably the next couple of years. And what I want to specialize in is dank food. Period. I don't want to do like, what do you call it? Regional foods. I want to do the gnarliest Instagrammable, TikTokable foods on the planet, right? Things that people will talk about, take pictures of. That's really, food I'm more interested in. Am I lagging?
You did a little bit there.
Oh. No, it might be my Wi-Fi, to be honest with you. Not a poutine truck. To be honest, we have a poutine truck. Mm-hmm. Can you explain what dank food is? Dank is like, how did my buddy put it? It was like, okay, so dank food is like, this one time we went camping with, there it is. Yeah, okay, so this one time we went camping to Washington State. It was me, my wife, and my daughter. One of my wife's friends also came out to come hang out for the day or the 2 days. And what dank food is essentially, it's like pothead food. So like the best example of that is the one that she can't stop talking about is I made a white chocolate and strawberry Bailey's Twinkie inside of a crepe. And then I did the Bailey's Anglaise on top of that with like crushed, was it nuts on top? I can't remember.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was like crushed up peanuts on top that are roasted. Boom. And then that's like essentially what dank food is. It's like taking the gnarliest cheap ingredients and elevating them beyond belief. Lost in translation, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's nappable food. It's like it's food that'll just get you. You'll eat it and you'll be like, God damn it. And then it's like 2 PM. You just got to just nap it off. Yeah. Yeah, but like it's the kind of food that just makes you just want to just be like, ooh. It shouldn't be legal, but it's going to be. Again, like dank food is like does anyone remember watching the Boondocks? They came up with the Luther Vandross burger. It's the burger that was inside 2 Krispy Kreme donuts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's things like that. It's doing like a strawberry cheesecake spring roll. And then you have like a salted caramel dip. You know what I'm saying? Okay, K's. In order to choose what is on the menu coming up, go ahead and follow me and as well be on the Saturday Lives. Every Saturday, I award the person with the highest amount of gifts at the end of my live, and they get to choose what my next menu is for the following Saturday. So again, we have our good friend Caitlin. She was the highest gifter on the last stream, and she has chosen an assortment of the gnarliest deep fried foods that I can think of. She left it up to me. Elise, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. So she left it up to me, and I will do that justice. So I got some whipped cream right here, and not the hardest peaks in the world, but that will be just enough to top this dessert. All right. So again, I let these things cool down just a touch. Oh yeah, dude. Nice. And you can tell it's nice and good to go when it spins in the pan, right? They've been lightly greased, so you know it's good to go. And if you look, that is the cinnamon twist, right? Good base, nice and crusty, good amount of color.
Do you have any pan-fried carrot ideas?
Pan-fried carrots. Do a carrot viche, 100%. So carrot viche is basically just carrots sauteed in butter. You're going to hit with some dill, a little bit of honey, toss until all of that butter mixes in with that honey, right? Get it a slight crisp, and then serve it straight up. It's awesome. Pavlova, to be honest with you, I have. Actually, yeah, I have actually made pavlova. I just wasn't good at it at the time, but we did perfect. Me and my wife Shannon, we did perfect the macaron recipe after so many months of trial and error. So yes, I have made pavlova, but in my opinion, our macarons are even much better. Liz Love Ends. Thanks so much for the follow. Hey, right on, dude. Oh, hey, Lynn, I didn't see you in here. Right on, dude. I'm glad you guys really enjoyed that chocolate pastry. I appreciate you for trying it out. Yeah, Shannon said some of y'all were calling it crack.
Eliza wants to know if you've ever made beef Wellington.
I have made a beef Wellington. Yeah, that one is a tough one, dude. Hey, I appreciate this. Thank you guys so much for that. Michelle, thank you. Yeah, Wellington is tough, but at the same time, it is rewarding. Oh my good God. Because I used to work in a French place where you had to make, what do you call it? You had to make aspic en croûte, which is like meat gelatin inside of bread. And that's like an old school ass French dish. It was super hard. I'm making a red wine braised beef short rib. Oh my God. Yo, you're going to serve that on garlic mash? Tell me you're going to serve it on garlic mash. Oh, you know you're going to take a big nap. You're going to take the dirtiest nap after you eat that, bro. Mushroom spread into Wellington is key, 100%. Yeah. As well as because we used to do it with, when you make your mushroom spread, we used to add in a couple of cubes of cold foie gras as well as seared foie gras, right? To add that fattiness to the actual loin. Say again?
Oh, I just got a little bit of lag.
Oh, another great meal of today. Right on, guys. Okay, so now we are on the home stretch here. Hey, Liz Love Ends. Be sure to go ahead, make sure you follow my page, check my bio. On the bio, you'll have a link to my Instagram and my YouTube. I will be posting, I think I'm behind, so I'm going to be posting the last 4 lives previous to this on YouTube tonight, as well as today's live. I will be downloading and then be reposting onto the live as well. So if you want to rewatch this episode or this live stream, by all means, it'll be ready for you by tomorrow. Duxelles, yeah, that what do you call it? The mushroom duxelles is essential, as well as it's the type of mustard that you put in. It's really just trying to grind it up without pulsing it like all the way. Swerving it on sweet potato mash. Oh, yes. Ooh. Oh, man. You know that's going to be just fire.
Your YouTube channel is the same name as
Yep.
this, right?
The YouTube channel is the same name as this as my username. But if you follow on my page, click my bio, it'll get you a link to my Instagram and my YouTube. Go ahead, follow those, give those a subscribe for me because it does help. I just dropped my YouTube channel maybe last week, and I'm just trying to get up the subs on that as well. If you guys can go ahead and do that, that would be appreciated. I appreciate it. Carla, thank you so much for dropping by. You have a great rest of your night, and I will see you hopefully on the next live. Be sure to like and follow as well so you can stay updated on anything that's coming up within the next couple weeks. Have I tried fried bannock? Yes, it's been a long time, but I have tried it. Because again, I worked with one of my first chefs that I worked with during the Stampede was an insanely talented Indigenous guy. He just crushed service, like extremely knowledgeable. He's one of the guys that I learned off of with his energy and his like just the general appeal. I just wanted to be like him when I was a kid. But he was the first guy to actually give me a taste of real authentic fried bannock. Yeah, truffles. Oh yeah, dude. If you can get black truffle as opposed to white, it's fire. Ash, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you. And Newfie lady, hey, thanks so much for the follow as well. I appreciate you guys for being here. Kelly, fish and chips, homemade tartar sauce. Leah, yes, I did. I actually went ahead and made my own meat. It's been pulsated as well as seasoned in a way that was, I made sure it was nice and juicy. You can see that. Fresh out of the oven. Not fresh, but it's been allowed to rest. Sliced up, and then I crisped it in the pan. So now I got a little bit sidetracked. So now I'm going to go ahead and get on to plating my dessert. So again, for tonight's dessert, we're doing cinnamon twist pastries, but I think I'm going to try to elevate it just a touch, just so that the plating itself looks a little bit more grandiose. Capers in a homemade tartar sauce, absolutely. I actually like both capers because you do put a little hit of mustard into it. Instead of the mustard, you add capers, and as well as some chopped up gherkins, like the small baby gherkins, to go with it. And a good secret to that is fresh lemon. And instead of using regular mayonnaise, you use the Japanese QP mayonnaise. Right, because it just has that little extra element of MSG that really sets off both the fries and the fish. Is the food on the plate? Jenna, yes, I did plate I did plate the Donair and the garlic lemon fries, and right now I'm just on the home stretch, and I will be plating up the dessert. Donair Spice Blend is second. Yeah, and see, that's the thing, Leah. I wasn't able to find the Donair Spice Blend that we have here. Instead, I went with the beef shawarma, and then I kind of mounted it with extra spices to kind of make sure that it... so that it just has more to stand on in terms of flavor. So good. Yeah, you're damn right, Lynn. Hell yeah, dude. Yes, you can actually, if you go to like the TNT or like your Asian market, actually technically even Superstore these days, you can actually buy just like a 1 kilo bag of just straight MSG. It depends. At least I would say MSG is amazing in moderation. You can't use MSG in replacement of salt. But what MSG is good for is that it's like umami. It's like instant umami booster. Therefore, you just want to just add like a hachu, like a, just enough to bring up that savory element. Indian hot dogs. In what way? Do you think like a butter chicken hot dog? Like you do like a chicken hot dog, like, or chicken sausage?
Michelle Bell, do you ever use nutritional yeast?
Every now and again, yeah, I do use nutritional yeast. Again, it's more of like a savory booster, just like you would like I guess like a vegetable base booster, right? And those things would be it's just enough to add that little extra element to anything that you do, like stews or a stir fry even. It just helps add in that little extra something in the background.
Can you describe to Jenna what a Donair is?
Jenna, what a Donair is essentially so in this case, I'm mocking up more of a Newfoundland or a East Coast Donair, whereas they do exist kind of all over Canada, and in the US they're known as Euros. So what this essentially is chopped up beef, right? Chopped up Donair meat that you cooked off, so it's highly seasoned, baked, and then you're gonna slice it thin, sear it in the pan so you have those crispy bits on the actual meat itself. Then you're going to follow it up with a little bit of tomatoes, a little bit of sliced onions, some lettuce. That's what we prefer in Calgary, or that's at least something that I see on the regular here in Calgary. On the base of the actual pita itself, I hit it with a little bit of hummus just to kind of get that nutty, fragrant creaminess. And of course, it won't be anything unless it has the East Coast sweet sauce, which is condensed milk, vinegar, for me, a small hit of lemon concentrate, and garlic salt. Okay? All of that wrapped into a thing, boom. And then on the side, I also served it with some garlic lemon French fries. Yo, lamb donair is fire. Mama, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, dude. Okay, so I want to go back to this Indian hot dog idea.
Newfoundland, not Nova Scotia, P.S.
Oh, shit. Yeah, sorry. I'm just going to say East Coast. East Coast Donair. I don't mean to offend anybody. Sorry about that. And Pippi Dong Stalking. Hey, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, but that's the thing. See, gyro, like Euro and Donair meat is totally different. But in the States, that's what they would recognize our Donairs as if they came up to Canada. Because when I ran a Greek restaurant, they used to call our Greek pitas Euros as well. right? Even though we had like beef, chicken, lamb, same kind of construction, had tzatziki, had hummus, fresh veg on the inside, and roasted meat. But they would still like, give me a beef gyro, give me this. I'm like, we don't have those. You know what I'm saying? But Americans will always stand their ground and always call it something that it's not. It's not popular in Ontario. Nah. Butter chicken hot dog with paneer. Oh my God. Yeah, because I was thinking that you do a chicken sausage, boom, right? Then you do like the butter chicken, like with like smaller pieces of chicken in it, boom. And then, yeah, chopped up paneer, like cubed, fried on the thing, sauce, right? On like a dank big bun. That would be crazy. I actually might even try that. What was the difference between like the Donair in Scotland versus what we have here? Yeah, essentially that's what the Donair is. But here in Calgary, our Donairs are like sandwiches. Or at least the ones that I've seen like most of my life growing up here. Because a lot of the time, it's basically those essential ingredients with the addition of like both...
You got your pitas at Superstore, yeah?
Yep, we got the pitas from Superstore. Which is nice because they come in whole grain, they come in white. So... yeah, just go to your bread aisle. They'll usually have them. If they don't, you try to find the ones that you can split open, stuff that shit in and just roll it out. Hey, you're living. Yeah, shawarma here is also popular. Chicken shawarma is one of my favorite things on the planet. But I don't like wraps as much as I love plates, right? Because if you get me with some rice and like all that veg, all that sauce, it's nuts.
What are you trying to do?
For your province, yeah, exactly, yeah. Every province does have its own kind of way to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and start the desserts. So when it comes to the desserts, what I like to do is I kind of want to make sure that even though it's a cinnamon, I do want to have the plate kind of hit with something that kind of offsets the color as much as humanly possible, right? So... right? You don't need a lot, but I do end up having a bunch of ganache in my house at all times. Okay? And that's important to me to have because at the end of the day, what I like is not necessarily the chocolate, but it's just having something that just kind of is not just cream.
Try Greek lemon potatoes.
Oh, okay. So Greek lemon potatoes, I've made literally... if you imagine a 50-pound box of potatoes over the course of 4 years, I think I've made like over 3,000 boxes of potatoes in terms of lemon potatoes. I'm talking like that's that overnighter joint. You put it in the oven overnight, 200 degrees, gorgeous. Lamb usually and beef, Donair and I see. Yeah, still lamb Donairs are just fire. Anything lamb rolled into a thing. Oh. You can't argue with that. You just can't. Just hot for the sake of hot. Look the same. Kaz, thanks so much for the rose. I appreciate it. Yeah, see, what we had at the restaurant was our oven came down to, I think the coldest it would sit at is 165. But we would actually just have it like sitting in a mixture of broth, like lemon broth and oil, right? So it's basically you're confying your potatoes, like the whole potatoes, like the whole joint. And then you're just going to throw in like 3 or 4 of the actual pans of that stuff. Let it sit overnight at above, like at like safe temperature, right? Just to kind of braise it slowly overnight. Then you're going to pull it, leave it in the fridge, and you're going to reuse that stock over and over. So it becomes like a master stock. But what's awesome about that potato is that you get this wicked yellow kind of coating on the outside. Once it's cooled, you chop that into squares, and you go ahead. You can either fry it, you can saute it, you can do anything. You can dredge it, give that a quick fry, and it's amazing inside of like a wrap or on the side with your rice. You hit that with just. I used to actually cut it into French fries, and then just dip that into the tzatziki sauce. It was amazing. In Dartmouth, hey, right on, dude. Yep. Yeah, that's what every single person that I've ever met is. Halifax is the Canadian Donair capital, 100%. All right, so where? Yeah, this will work.
What's your favorite Filipino food?
My favorite Filipino food, again, it's like, I think for me, since like I'm old school, I really love lechon. Like, I love that crispy pork with the skin. I love lumpia. I love like, again, pancit's up there for me. But again, if it's anything, it's it's what do you call it? The lechon with the skin crushed up, right? A bit of like longanisa sausage chopped up on top of rice with a fried egg. It's such a classic, dude. Okay, so then when it comes to the dessert, I'm just going to go ahead and give it just a small hit of the whipped cream. Right, nothing too serious. Okay.
All right, when are we deglazing?
What are we doing?
Walgreens 7 said that.
Nice. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and hit it again with a bit of the cinnamon powdered sugar. Again, nothing too serious, right? And there we go. So it's just a little base of chocolate ganache, the vanilla whipped cream on top with a bit of sugar. Yeah, and these are the cinnamon twists. So cinnamon twist on the inside is basically just butter and a bit of the cinnamon and powdered sugar on the inside, rolled, baked lightly, all that good stuff.
Jen has a question about your nail polish.
Jen, how come
Jenna.
you have one? Oh, Jenna, how come you have one hand painted? Okay, yeah, again, I actually had this question on the last live. The reason being is because I also play guitar. I do a lot of metal or hardcore and punk rock, stuff like that. So it's very palm mute heavy. And I found that if I painted this, paint this hand, a lot of the paint just chips off just because... Again, I use like a lot of technique that involves like all my fingers, so like hybrid picking and stuff like that for like metal or gent. And yeah, that's pretty much it. At the same time, so this is my fretting hand, so it doesn't chip off as much. Cousin was manager of King of Donair. Hey. Jenna, if you're in Calgary, come on over. Doors open, plates on the table, dude. Phone is dying, so all looks good. Hey, right on, dude. Kelly, thank you so much again. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you for keeping me on my toes as well. For all you East Coast folks, you know what I'm saying? I love when I make stuff for you guys. I had the same kind of reaction from people from Montreal when I was doing poutine. You guys keep me on my toes, and that's what keeps me honest, and I appreciate you all for being here. I really do. Yeah, if you're not going to be on here, I appreciate it. You have a good rest of your night, and I will see you on the next live for sure. Hey, much love to you too, man. You're in Ontario, no. Again, it's just we're a house where we love to we just love to Fancy James, are you Jamie, are you heading out too? You have a good rest of your night if you are. Yo, and anybody in the live stream as well, go ahead, hit those likes for me. Keep those likes up as much as humanly possible. I'm probably going to be live for another few minutes here, probably for another 10 minutes or so. And all that. So again, this is the dessert, right? Nothing too crazy, but I'm loving it because the pinwheel acts more like a kind of a mixture between a donut and like a streusel, right? So the cream really offsets that flavor profile. Off to make pasta. Right on, dude. Yeah, I'll see you on the next live. Have a great evening, and I hope that pasta turns out perfect. Right on here. Can you give this to mommy? Careful.
I also want it.
Yeah, you can have one. Right on. Okay. Bon nuit. Nothing too crazy. So hey, you know what I mean? I'm also, Lynn, just so you know, I have a whack of this stuff left over. Just made steak with mushroom sauce, carrot salad with raisins. Gorgeous. Right on, dude. Did you use, what kind of dressing did you use for your carrot salad, dude? Yo, and Lynn, just so you know, I'm gonna be sending the rest of these to work tomorrow with Shannon. So you guys will have a little bit of snacks, if you know what I'm saying. Don, you're in Peterborough, Ontario. Damn. Man, yo, I'll be real. I'm getting a lot of y'all from the Ontarios, man. Right on. So good to meet all of you. It's just what I do. Everyone's a dude to me, unfortunately. Mayo, lemon juice, salt, pepper, Cajun. Nice. Oh yeah, keep it simple. Right on, right on. Nice. Yeah, yeah. And then how'd that steak turn out? Yeah, dude. So yeah, so I'm gonna be on here for another maybe 9 minutes or so. So if you guys got any more questions, comments, if you guys want to talk about anything recipe related, if you guys have any other recipes you want to try out, by all means, hit me with those questions. And again, just so you guys know, be sure to hit that follow button as much as and follow and like as much as humanly possible. Because again, hitting those likes helps me in the algorithm, gets me in front of eyes just like yourselves, people that love food culture, want to talk about recipes, want to talk about restaurant culture, bar culture, any of that good stuff. And then as well, I do want to push that I did drop my YouTube page. So if you go to my page on TikTok here, go to my bio, check out the links. Both my Instagram and my YouTube pages are available. I will be posting every single one of my lives onto my YouTube. So if you ended up missing, if you end up missing any of these lives, by all means, jump on there. You can have a rewatch. And if I have recipes, I want to make 2 more. And if I have any recipes that you guys definitely want, let me know. I can try to hook you up with those recipes and stuff as well.
Someone wants her own and doesn't want to share.
You don't want to share? Okay.
You're like, you don't want to.
Alrighty. Just want one? Okay.
And then
Can I show my
Elise
food?
asked
No.
a question about what's a good special meal to make for guests coming over. Any ideas?
For guests, how many guests? That's a better question.
Okay, Rosie, come sit, please.
I'm sitting over here.
You said Ontario. Hey, Jenna, I try my best. You know what I'm saying? Make for guests coming over. How many guests do you think? If you got Michelle, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. If you got, say, like between, I'm gonna say if you have like between 5 and 8 people, about 6. Okay, perfect. One of the best things you can do is other than steak, I highly recommend do things like roasts, or you can do if you want to keep it nice and easy on yourself, I also recommend things like ribs, or you go get yourself a really nice cheap pork shoulder, right? Because again, I highly recommend doing the pork shoulder in your slow cooker on low, 12 hours, right? Hit that thing with like a little bit of barbecue sauce or like some liquid smoke as well. Let that thing go. Lamborghini, welcome, dude. I'm just at the end of my live stream, but if you see here, this is what we were cooking tonight. I made East Coast, West Coast style Donairs with a bit of the garlic lemon French fries, and I'm doing right now a cinnamon twist pastry for my little girl because she's demanding. Dan, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it, dude. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, and then for dinner, I recommend anything like roasted veg with a bit of honey, a little bit of salt, a little bit of fresh garlic, or you do a garlic confit, which is awesome because then you can reuse that oil when you do a saute of vegetables. Take that garlic, you can smear it onto like, say, toast or like anything that's charred. You can smear that on top of your meat, like if you're going to do steaks, lamb or chicken roasts. Another one, it's your birthday tomorrow. Well, hey, happy early birthday, my friend. I hope it's a really good one. How old do you turn, if you don't mind me asking? What is your specialty? I'm mostly into like French is one of my biggest specialties. French and Asian fusion. Hey, right on. Apache Dan, you have a great rest of your night. I really appreciate you for being here. Hopefully I'll catch you on the next live. It'll be great to see you again, man. Yeah, Elise, if you want any other suggestions or you have anything that's like very like hyper specific with something that you need or want to kind of get ideas for, please, if I'm not on live, hit me in the DMs. I'd be more than happy to give you any answers as soon as I can, okay? You're 53 tomorrow. Hey, right on, dude. Hope your back doesn't hurt as much as mine does. But I also hope that you have a really relaxing day, man. It'll be a Friday, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a great, amazing, hopefully it's a plentiful kind of day surrounded by good friends. Sorry, hey, I appreciate you guys for being here, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, without you guys, I don't know what I would do. I just, be talking to the wind. Don and Belle, you'll be 70. Right on, dude. Man, the amount of wisdom you must have is just, it must be monumental. Because again, I worked at, I worked at like a retirement home or like a senior living home. And like the average age was like 89. And the stories that you would hear from people of that age is just like, again, I always love people that are like past the age of 60, amazing experience, great wisdom, as well as like the recipes that they'll be telling me I've never heard of and I have to try them. Mama, you have a good rest of your night. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it, and I hopefully will see you on the next live. Again, guys, I am on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, 5 p.m. Mountain Times. Getting close to 60. Hey, you still got 7 years of experience to gain, my friend. It's sneaking in there.
Finish dessert for your little person.
Yep. Okay, I'm just going to just do a quick little hit of whipped cream, just like that. Boom. A little of that right there. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay.
Put on my stool.
Okay, but don't take your stool, please.
I won't.
All right.
It's a dessert table.
It's a dessert table. Right on, dudes. So yeah, so we're coming up to the last couple minutes here. Charging phones and catch the end. Kelly, I appreciate you for being here. I really do. Oh, we only have the one. I don't think we could do more than one, to be perfectly honest. But we love her to death. She's like the smallest little bean.
Hey,
You are. You're the cutest little bean.
I want chocolate on this.
Okay, what do we say? All right.
You know I love chocolate.
All right. Here's a little smear of chocolate right there. Good. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cinnamon with maybe ice cream. Yeah. I do have ice cream. Like I have like a vanilla chocolate ice cream I have in the fridge. I was thinking about taking one and see if I can cut it in half. It might be a little bit too fragile, but if I did cut it in half, took the vanilla side, covered that in like some powdered like cinnamon vanilla sugar, boom, and then sandwich that motherfucker. Ooh, for a fact. She does have like a hell of a cute personality, right? She also sounds like a little person, right? Like just little BB. It's so cool. Jenna, thank you so much. I really try. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up around like traditional Filipino men, and let me tell you, they are stressed out. I can't do that. There's no way I could do that. Yeah. Nice little family. You know what I'm saying? It's debatable. That's hilarious. Hey, at least I appreciate you, man. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I try to bring like as much positivity as I can to anybody that wants to like talk about food, learn food, because you guys, I really love it when it comes to like things like the food that we eat, right? Because it's all about enjoyment. Okay, so for the last minute of this live. Again, thank you all for joining this live. I really appreciate you guys for popping in. Any of the return folks, man, I appreciate you all for hitting that follow button, checking out my lives on a constant. As well, real quick, just make sure if you guys haven't hit the follow button, hit that in my bio as well. You'll see my Instagram, my YouTube page. Go ahead, hit a subscribe on those, and I will be starting to update all of those going forward. And real funny. There's only 22 people here. So for the people that are still here, just a quick reminder as well. I will be in the next couple. When am I going to cook with the Pepper X? I will probably cook with the Pepper X when my child is not in the house. Because I don't want to mace the family. I do want to remind you all that I will be doing a live Cook With Me episode in probably 2 or 3 weeks. So keep your eyes open for that. As well as I will be taking any suggestions, requests, anything like that for that live. So I'll probably be putting out a poll a few times within the next couple weeks to see what the waters look like and see what you guys are into, all that good stuff. But yeah. But yeah, I thank you so much again, you guys. I appreciate you all. Yeah, exactly, right? When it hits the air, it's bad. But again, I thank you all for joining this live. Thank you all so much for joining us as usual. I'm your man, John. I will see you guys all in the next live. Again, it'll be 5 p.m. this Saturday. Go ahead, tune in. It's going to be a deep fry fest, so I don't know exactly what we're going to do, but I do know it's going to be dank as fuck. So again, thank you all. You guys have a good rest of your Thursday, and I will catch you guys on Saturday as well, okay? Have a good night.